Hello, guys. Welcome back to Seb Ahmed podcast. We haven't been recording in such a long time. Yeah. So first, I would like to apologize. The issues were a little bit on my end because of the school I've been going to. I'm studying in a city, so the schedule is a little bit messed up because I come home at 10:30 p.m. most of the times. So yeah. Um, but let's just skip that. We're here recording. We're back for you guys. So today we're gonna talk about fake people, friendship, stuff like this. Very diverse topic. Very interesting. I think in pretty much at any age, more like can pretty much can relate to a lot of people. So yeah, Ahmed, fake friendships and fake friends. Let's go with the basic fundamentals of it. Nothing too deep. Remember, just a discussion.
I mean, yeah, so the fundamentals basically fake friends, fake people. Well, the most obvious meaning of fake friends and fake people are the people that, I mean, there's two actually. There's first the friends that lie to you, and then there's the friends that will, I mean, it's again kind of like lying, but they behave with you one way and then with other people another way, and they maybe talk shit behind your back. Those are basically the fake friends, like those that are not real, no matter how obvious it seems fake is not real, but they lie to you or they say something in front of you and then in front of other people they say something else. So they are, not being authentic in front of you, and that can have a lot of bad effects.
Yeah, certainly. For me, actually, bad friends, fake people, fake friends, fake whatever, comes from where they're forcing themselves to actually be around you as a friend, where they're not really enjoying spending time with you necessarily, but yeah, stuff like this. So for example, if you're spending time with a person, you're really enjoying them, you're always texting first, and you're spending them like time together, you're talking on call or texting, whatever, and they seem dry, and then you realize like, oh, why they're dry, and then well, you decide to stop texting them first, you stop calling them first. So next thing you see is that, well, they don't really get back to you anymore, or even at all. So I think that's really messed up nowadays because a lot of people don't have the courage to speak out about that.
Mm. Yeah, like that's a little bit complicated because I haven't really been in these situations where, as you like, you have explained to me some things where people don't really get back to you after you stop texting them and stuff. For me, it's not that way because I'm not really that close with many people and I'm not really talking to many people like this. Like most of the time when I talk to people that are outside of my closest friends, it's at school, like I'm having conversations with people, but I don't really try to connect outside of school with people that I don't want to be around because I think about this in a very simple way. I don't want to have as many friends as possible. I want to have as friends the people that I actually want to have as friends. Like, I'm not going to have the guy who is funny as my close friends talking about everything with him because I know he's just a funny guy. Like, I'm not going to talk about self improvement with him. Like, I'm not going to talk about geopolitics with him or something. Like, he's just a funny guy, and just when I go to school, I have fun with that guy. It's nothing more complicated. And the people that I actually see, okay, we have similar habits, we have similar goals, we have similar things we want to achieve, those are the people that I actually take as friends, and those are the people that I talk to in my free time as well. Because I have only a certain amount of free time in a day, and there's no point wasting that time just to have fun with a person that I don't have that many things in common with. So like going out and having fun with someone, that's not really benefiting me that much. But talking with someone who has the same goals as me and talking about these types of things, like whatever, talking about the gym, talking about girls, talking about friends, talking about things like this, those are the friends that I'm actually going to talk to and spend time with. So I just spend time with the people that I know are on the same path as me.
Because when you keep the perspective of yours common with the people you speak to, your goals become more clearer, your path, because you have more people the same as you around yourself, right? So yes, and as you said, you don't really spend time around because it's unnecessary. And I understand. Yes, I agree. I don't have that much friends neither. You know, like I'm keeping my environment close. Like as long as I see, oh, okay, too much, too much. I how to put this? I try to back off a little bit. You know, so I don't let like the limit cross now. The as let's say before when I used to speak to a lot of people. Let's say. Um, but yeah, in your situation it's a little bit different. For me it's a little bit different as well, so it's good to have a little bit of both, um to understand, you know. So about fake friends, there will be a lot of moments like this where you see they don't really want to talk to you and they're like dry, they're not responding that fast or something like this. And it's important to understand that you want to be honest with people, because what is friendship about? Honesty, caring for a person, right? And we're obviously respecting. If you care for the person, you're gonna look out for him, you know? You're gonna look after him as well. So that means if you see like he's struggling with something and like you're thinking, oh, maybe he's doing something wrong, let me like, hey man, no, let me help you out. I think maybe you should try this instead of this, you know, maybe you're doing something wrong there. And that comes from genuine help. Because why would I tell him that if I didn't want to help him? What's the point of me doing this? What benefit do I get from this? Nothing. But because we're friends, I care about him and expect him to do the same for me. And that's what was actually, I think, a number one mistake of mine. I expected the people care the same way about me, the way I cared about them. And there's not a lot of people like me out there, which I realized. Because when you want to be friends with someone, you want to be friends with the person because you're interested in talking to him, right? You're interested in him having you, like you having him around you, right? That's what a friend is. And a friendship comes along with it. You know what I'm trying to say, Ahmed?
Yeah, yeah, of course. Like being honest to the friends and actually caring for them, actually telling them the truth. But the problem is nowadays, like people are stupid. Like here we go, right? Here we go. But there's no authenticity. There's no telling each other the truth because think about what they talk about. Like think about average people nowadays, like average 19, 17, 16, whatever year old, the average people, what do they talk about? They don't talk about the gym, they don't talk about something that's going on in the world, they talk about, I don't know, what do they even talk about? About Adrian Ross? Or like, what the fuck do they talk about?
Here in Spain, average 16 to 17. I'm gonna go up to 20, 21 because I spend my time with around those people sometimes who are older than me. Um, so all they're talking about is a future party that's gonna happen next weekend or this weekend. Um, they don't really talk about anything important about life, in my opinion, whenever I'm standing close to them and actually listen. Because, like, let's say in school back in the day, or even right now, like what they talk about, like I have these three girls in my class, and I study in adult school, by the way, just for people who don't know. Um, and I have these three girls in my class. I don't know, they're like what, 19, around there, maybe plus minus half a year or maybe 1 year, around 19, somewhere there, 20 maybe. So they are what? Three of them are not good looking, first of all. Second of all, they're all overweight. Third of all, they think too much of themselves. Ego. Um, they keep always trying to like use perfumes and look in the small mirror with the makeup. First of all, for who you're putting the makeup on, if you're like no, like I'm no offense, me myself, no offense, me myself, I think I'm a good looking guy. No offense, like no offense to them, I think I'm a good looking guy. If I'm genuinely, I work out, I have a good physique, I think I'm good looking. Um, In my opinion, like I'm a good solid maybe 6.5, 7, or maybe even 7.5. Depends on the girl, whoever rates me or whatever they think of me, their opinion. But most of the girls I talk to, they find me cute. I don't know. That's what they say. I look adorable to them. I don't know. Their opinion. So from what I go from my experience with girls, and I look at them, I'll be like I'm in a row, like the first row in the class. I look back because I can smell the perfume going from there. It's so strong, you know, this cheap like €5 perfumes.
And you
They go
sprayed like
like all
50
over
times.
themselves. Yeah. And then the whole class they just go and look in the makeup or checking the phone and they're how to put this. If you're here and you have not done your school and you're here to get your diploma, the same as me because I didn't really study well in school because of like language barriers. Because I'm not fluent in Spanish. So I didn't pass. So I have to do this now to get my high school diploma. This is a little bit easier, so it's pretty easy to do. So I barely even study. Like all of it is easy. So they understood. Okay, no, I need my high school diploma, so I could go work for the rest of my life. And even then, they're wasting time. They're they're just not doing anything. And yeah, they don't want to do really anything with their life. They don't want to improve. They don't want to do stuff. Okay, I understand. You don't want to have any education. Sure, I'll leave that to you. Um, but at least do not like ruin the experience for other people. They're just being dickheads. And this is the average 19. Where I'm going back to the point, so because like, I went a little bit far away from it. Average 19. Party on the weekend. That's what they talk about. Stuff like this. This is the average there is, man. They all smoke, drink, like vape, stuff like this. I'm not gonna speak for all. I've met good people. I have good people around me because I keep my environment clean. But very, very, very average. They drink. They want to go on parties. They might vape and smoke sometimes. Not all, but most do. And what did they talk? Oh, have you seen this new Bad Bunny song came out and stuff? I understand you're really interested in music, but is that really all you have to talk about? Is like there's nothing new? Like talk about something in your life. Hey man, listen, I went there and I had this type of story, man. Listen, I'll tell you. So this guy did this, and I was like, and we were like, oh my god, wow. I don't know, some type of interesting story, like daily on like. Do you just sit home and scroll on your Instagram? Yes, that's what they do, by the way. They have nothing new. I don't know. They talk about university stuff. Like it's just how to put this boring, meaningless, tasteless, bland friendship, in my opinion.
Yeah, and my point was when they talk about this type of bullshit, like you just said, what they usually talk about, I would say the same thing. Like when are we going to drink, when are we going to go there, when are we going to party, like things like this. And when you talk about things like this, how can you display the things that you said about friendship? Like how can you display that you care for the other person when you just talk about partying? How can you display that you want to tell the truth to the other person, you want to make him improve when you only talk about the next time you're gonna like do some shit? Like you cannot actually implement these things when you just talk about stupid stuff. And that's why I said people are stupid, because they're just doing stupid things. And when you are doing stupid things, you don't have anything to talk about that is like truly like authentic and something that is,
Mm-hmm.
like actually showing that you care for the other person. Because like for example, I can tell my friend when we're in the gym, hey, you are doing this exercise wrong, you should do it like this, it's gonna be better like this. Then when he asks me why is that, then I'm going to explain and things like this. And when you do that, that's actually caring. But like when I ask you when is the next time we're gonna drink, like it's not really caring for me. It's not really, I mean, in a way it is, like he cares when I'm going to go party with him, but it's not the same type of thing. It's like just a stupid thing. So you need to actually have the good things in order to talk about good things, because if you don't have the good habits, like whatever, building some kind of an online business, going to the gym, doing some sports, I don't know, martial arts, whatever, when you're doing something like this, then you can talk with the other person about these good things and then help each other in these good things. But when you don't have any of these things going, what are you going to help each other with? Like how you can get used to drinking more vodka at once, or like what are you going to talk about?
Hey, have you seen this new vodka taste came out? um, Also, what I noticed here in Spain, like the average friendship, they don't last long.
I mean, yeah, makes sense.
It's big. First of all, it's because they have honesty between each other. I have a friend. Um, I don't think he's gonna really matter. I don't think he'll really care. But yeah, his name is Miguel. I think I've showed a little bit like when we were talking in between each other. And he and I have a friend. Um, and a friend called. Okay, I'm not gonna speak about her. And we have a different friend. And me myself, I don't talk to her. I just because there's nothing we can talk about. We don't really have anything in common. Plus, I don't really, I'm not really friends with her. Um, yeah, that's it. Like, I don't, nothing, zero, pretty much. And Miguel, on the other hand, well, because they see each other in school and they've been friends for a long time. But she is, how to put this? I've been out with her once. Miguel wasn't there, but like me and few other friends, she invited me to hang out with them, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll come. And so we're there. It's my friend and her boyfriend, like also one of my friends, uh, and we're also there. Like, and then her who invited me. Um, she wanted to drink and just smoke some shisha with the other friends she met at the like. It's just a small like local party they had on a Friday, and it was during summer, you know. So there were a lot of people there, like about 300, like ranging from age of 15 up to 30. Okay, maybe too much. 25, 26. So like partying stuff like this, you know. Mostly 2019, 18, 17, around there. Um, so because she had some friends of her there, she wanted to stay there and smoke shisha and drink, right? And me and my friend and her boyfriend, well, two of my friends there, we wanted to go to the theme park. I'm sorry, but I think theme parks are really fun. I'm not gonna lie. The adrenaline on the roller coasters, I'm sorry, but that's fun to me. I love adrenaline.
I
I
guess.
don't want to sit there and talk about stupid stuff and destroy my lungs and my liver. I rather go on a roller coaster and feel some adrenaline and like feel something real instead of a fake friendship. So I was like, listen, like I was straightforward. Both me and the two of my friends, we can tell she just wants to stay there, and she doesn't really come with us, you know. So I was like, listen, do you want to stay here and smoke and drink? And she said yes. So I was like, all right, stay here. We're gonna go to the theme park. Whenever you're done, just come with us. Like, just come meet us there. I didn't want to waste more time. So I was like, listen, you stay here, smoke and drink with your friend. We're gonna go have fun. Whenever you want, just join us. You know. I was straightforward, so we left, and yeah, we just went there, had some fun, and then she joined back, whatever, stuff like this. But perfectly shows what I'm trying to say is that me and the two other friends, we actually wanted her to come with us because we're friends. We're going out together, right? We're getting out together, so let's stick together. Why do you have to leave us for other friends and smoke shisha and drink? Like, come on, aren't we going out together? Let's have fun. What type of friend you are if you're gonna leave us and like alone, three of us? Like, we don't want you to come also alone. Like, come with us. So we're trying to be nice friends. Like, we're trying to be nice, kind, and caring. Like, come with us. So no, she chose to smoke a little bit, drink, and then come later on. This is why I don't value her anymore that much after that part. And just in general, she wants to do most of the things her way. She doesn't really step out. How to put this? In a way, she does, but at the same time, she doesn't. She'll try to mostly make it her way. Like, how to put this? Whenever we hang out with friends, she would try to be like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Let's go back into the house. And most of us there in the pool, trying to hang out and chill or something like this. Or whenever I'm with a friend and we're buying food for hangout, right? We're spending our money to hang out. We're buying stuff. They're girls. We're men. We spend our money. They're with us. That's how it's supposed to be. And they're being a little bit annoying, guys. Where you are so taking so long. I'll be like, listen, we invited you. We're paying for food. Have some respect. Wait for us. Don't be crying about it. You know. So like, have some, how to put this, respect. You know. Always like, you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, like those people, like you don't need those people around you because there's nothing like good happening there. Like what good comes out of that? Like maybe a funny joke once in a while, like once every 2 hours or something. Like funny thing
Funny
comes.
to spend time having fun, sure. Like there are fun people to have around, but like only for like going around having fun. That's it. That's the only thing you can do most with them. But actually having them as a friend, no, I would not. I'd rather not. I'm not gonna lie. I would rather not prefer. Maybe some other. Maybe she's good friends with a different person. You know. Maybe she's not like this with different people to a different person. You know that she actually cares about, and that's totally fine. Maybe she doesn't want to be with the like. Maybe she doesn't really feel the same way to us as friends. Perfectly fine with me, but at least be honest, you know. Like, don't like if you're gonna be this way, like, and just how to put this, might as well don't really waste time, you know. Like, I understand totally, but like, don't be overwhelming.
Yeah, and here's the problems with this. So those are most friendships. Like most friendships are in this kind of a way. You go out to hang out and whatever, and there's nothing around. Just fucking maybe. Sometimes you talk about some drama, something that happened, whatever, some bullshit like
Oh,
that.
what is there new in school or what's there new in life? That's it. Catch up, and you will not
Yeah.
speak for another few months.
Who is her boyfriend? Who is his girlfriend? Like that type of
I
stuff.
swear, I swear, I swear, I swear.
Yes, that's what they talk about. Like, bro, I couldn't give a fuck about whose boyfriend this is and whose girlfriend this is. I just don't care. Like, I don't even know them. I don't care. Like, there, it is fascinating. There's a girl that, let's say, I'm at a table with two girls at a cafe, right? And they talk about some girl that they know. She's not really their friend, but they know her, and they talk about like who is her boyfriend right now, like who was her ex. Like, bro, why do you even care? Like, you're not even friends with her. Like, why do you give a fuck? But where I was going with this is, this is what people talk about. But the thing is, unless you have good things going for you, like for example, unless you're going to the gym, unless you're actually trying to do something with your time, unless you're like not wasting time, if you are trying to actually improve yourself, that's when you can have the productive conversations. But if you are not going to the gym, if you're not trying to improve yourself, if you're not trying to make some money in some way, then you cannot have the good conversations because you don't have good things going on in your life. You need the good things in your life in order to find the other good people and talk with them about that. Because if your life is just going out and partying, you're not going to have productive conversations with anyone because you're not productive yourself. So how can you have those conversations?
That's what I realized actually with her. We would just speak about, oh, how was your life lately, and that's it. But let's say like when we're hanging out, you know, like I don't do anymore because first of all, I'm not going out there with them because I'm not interested, and second of all, they don't invite me. So worked for me. Oh, my mic fell off. My fault. But yeah. Um. So that's yeah, that's one. And what I realized is that whenever we're out and we're having a conversation, there's nothing really to talk about. It's just a little bit awkward at times, even sometimes because of the silence there is. And mostly it's because first of all, we don't have anything in common. I do I am productive. I go work out and do stuff. I still like back at that time when I was saying I still went to taekwondo. Right now, recently I don't, is because of this new schedule. Like my training sessions at 8 p.m. and I come home at 10:30. So like, there's no way I can even make it in time. So I had to leave taekwondo for a while. But now, well, back then when we were talking, I had stuff going for myself. I have a podcast going for myself. I'm doing something. I'm studying well. I work out. Um my spiritual journey is amazing right now. Um, there's a lot of stuff going for me. Where on the other hand, for them, it's school, study at home, go party, have fun, go around, repeat, 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 repeat.
Yeah, and how can you have a good productive conversation when you are doing these things in your life? Like it's not possible because where does the conversation come from? Like it's not possible. If you're just doing bullshit, you cannot talk about the good stuff, right? It's not how it works. So in order to have those good conversations, in order to connect with the good people, you need to have your life good first. Because let's say I don't do anything. Let's say I do what the average friends here do. Like let's say I go to school, then I come back home, then I go out and I don't know, I get drunk, and on the next day I have school. Like this is also crazy. You go out and you drink until 2 or 3 a.m. and then you need to wake up for school on the next day. Like what are you even doing?
Mm,
That's what some people are doing. And let's say I do that sometimes, and let's say other times I just come back home like at whatever at 9, and then I watch some stupid YouTube videos, and I watch some streamers and stuff like this. Just stupid stuff. How am I going to connect with people that are going to the gym, that are going to kickboxing or whatever, that are doing productive stuff, that are having a good day, that are actually, working on something, maybe even studying, maybe learning some stuff on the side, like learning programming or something. Like, why would these people connect with me when we have nothing in common, and why would I connect with them as well? Like, even if I want to connect with them, though, they wouldn't connect with me because there's no benefit
you're
there.
lacking. You're lacking. Yeah, they're not gonna connect with you because you have nothing to put out there. You have nothing to match with them. Like they're being like the level of their productiveness is here. Yours is around here. You cannot match this level because you simply don't do anything.
Yeah, and those people that are actually like into this productive stuff, they understand that you are what? You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So why would they spend time with you when they know this? And there are people who know this, but they still don't apply it. If you know that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, why do you spend time with 5 losers and 5 people who like to get drunk on every weekend or every other day? Stop hanging around with those people. Try to improve your circle. And how that happens is, as I said, first you improve yourself so that you can actually have the other people around you. Because they understand they need people that are with the same mindset as them. They need people that are on a similar journey as them. They need people that are doing similar things. They're not just going to become friends with somebody random. Like they might talk to you, but they're not going to be actually friends with you as they are between themselves, let's say, if they're 2 or 3 people, right? Like if there are people that are productive, going to the gym, going to martial arts, trying to start businesses together, they're not going to connect with somebody who is getting drunk every day and just doing some stupid shit every day, because like there's nothing that you can do together with them. Like maybe they'll get drunk with you once a week, but then there's nothing else, so you're not really friends. And that's the type of friendships that we're in a way talking about, the average friendship. Like, but the difference is, in the average friendship, you're going to get drunk with each other all the time, and these people are going to do their good stuff, and then once in a while they're going to get drunk with you. So it's not really a friendship there as well. Even if you connect with these people that are good, if you still do the bad things, you are not actually in a real friendship with them. You need to actually be similar people in order to have the full friendship. And those fake friends, those fake people that get drunk, they also have a full friendship with each other because they're similar to each other. And the good people have a good friendship with each other because they're similar to each other. But if you're different, you're not going to be as close as, the two similar. So basically, 2 bad people would have a better friendship than 1 good and 1 bad. So, you need to be like the people that you want to be with.
Exactly. Well spoken, Ahmed. I agree on that. Is because yes, I have so much going for myself. During the summer when that time when I went out with them, I had stuff going for myself, and I realized, and I know them. By the way, just well, that friend she does taekwondo, but let me tell you what type of gym she goes to do taekwondo. They're not really. It's not really important. Like they take it as a hobby, man. They do it as a hobby. Like it's not very serious as my club. My club competes. My club goes regional tournaments and they win them. We're one of the best. Even though I don't compete, I would love to, by the way, but you know, not yet. I want to get to the point where I'm already like gonna be black belt, and I can still compete right now, but I want to train myself to the point where I'm like, yeah, I'm ready right now. Not yet, I think. So no offense to her, but I think the what she does. And by the way, I actually had the same debate because with the friend who goes with her to the same club to the taekwondo, and he later on agreed with me because I spoke to him before and he didn't agree. But later on, after like 1 week, he came up to me himself, which I really respect him about him. I really respect that he's gonna admit his issue. He's not gonna be arrogant. He's gonna admit his mistake, or if he said something wrong, right? He'll admit it. I really respect that about him. He came up to me a week later. He's like, "Man, you were true. Like you were correct. Like the thing you said was very truthful. Like because what we do in my club, like we actually train, we actually do stuff. Like we don't waste time around and run around and do stuff. No, we're actually there working, trying, like actually training hard, sweat like dying on the floor. Our coach would like just go around with one of those stuff you train with to kick. He would go around like beat us with it. Come on, work harder. There he goes. Our coach doesn't mess around with us. If he sees somebody's underperforming, he's gonna tell you the truth to your face. He's gonna literally roast you, and that's what I love about him. He's gonna tell me the truth in my face if I'm underperforming. Sometimes I would like sometimes not come on training sessions, and you're like, man, come on, you need to put in. You cannot just skip like this anymore. You need to pass the exam. You're not gonna pass the exam like this. You're not. You're simply not gonna be able to. You're skipping so many training sessions. I was like, yeah, that's true. So I started going more and more and more at home, like practicing more. At the end, I passed the exam. So I know myself. The most physically prepared in my club, it is me personally. I'm the most disciplined there, 100%. I'm the most disciplined, and the coach even knows. He doesn't. He never even asked me if I work out on my own. He knows. He knows perfectly. I do stuff because whenever we at the end of our like training session, he would always make us get down and do push-ups and different exercises. Get on the back. Come on, abs. Uh, uh what was it like uh basically a lot of different exercises, push-ups, abs, different type of like plank, a lot of like that helps with endurance, because in taekwondo when you compete you get tired because you're literally working on your core. When you're lifting up, you're doing kicks, it's core. You get tired a lot with that. And I mean, come on, legs, literally your lower body is all intense, plus upper body, come on. So endurance, like basically killing us with it, like 3 sets, like 1 minute each, non-stop doing. Most of the people won't be able to go through it. I can, because I push myself to the limits, and he sees that, like I'm dying there doing it. And the difference between my club and hers, you see, they're just like messing around doing the stuff. They're like kind of passing the exam. But when I saw like my friend, the one that came out to me a week later and told me, yeah man, your club is a lot more serious about your sport. We're just yeah, we do taekwondo but not very seriously. So when I asked them, hey, listen, show me the last pumps you did. For people who do martial arts, like it's a set of movements you do to pass the exam. It's a set of movements. It's called pumse. So, and that set of movements includes like special movements, positions, attacks, defense, and a lot of stuff, right? And I was like, well, show me, let's say, pumse 5. And he tried to do it, and I was like, man, you have so many mistakes. And he was like, oh really? Well, I was like, I showed him, listen, here you need to do this, and here you need to properly do this. And he was like, oh okay. Like I was like, do you guys not train this there? Like this is fundamental stuff. First you learn how to do each movement by movement, and then you put it all together, right? You learn the fundamentals first, and then it gets complicated. And no, they started with pumse, and then they learn the fundamentals. Like, huh? Like it doesn't make sense, So for people who are interested, search up Poomsae, Poomsae. Like that's the way it is. So search it up, Taekwondo, and you'll see what the like what I'm talking about. But yeah, and I realized they're not really serious about it. That's the point. People want to do things. They want to associate with the people who do those type of things who are productive. We're not doing enough. They're doing like some sort of it. When I just made friends with her, she said, I cannot live without being active and always going around doing active stuff. When I got to know her, she is nowhere near that. She's so lazy. At one point, when I just made friends with her, when I just started getting to know her, like first week, I was like, oh, we can go work out sometimes, me and her, and she and like because she said, oh, I enjoy Muay Thai as well. I was like, oh wow, she knows about Muay Thai. That's interesting, right? So so I was like, oh well, I do taekwondo, for example. I don't know if you knew. And we was like, oh, we can go work out for them. And she was like, oh, I cannot go a day, like I cannot live without being active physically. I was like, oh wow, we can go over like run for runs or like work out sometimes if you want, whatever. And now that I know her well, yeah, it's bullshit, BS, man. It's two different people, like they present themselves in one way, but once you get to know them, yeah, you don't want to be friends with them anymore.
Yeah, this is one thing that is going to either, if you do it, is going to like basically. Let me land the plane and not go too much around it. So if you stick to your word and you do what you're actually going to say, that's going to improve every friendship you have. And if you say something and you don't stick to your word, then that's going to make people respect you way less, and it's going to probably, ruin your friendships, relationships, whatever. So the easiest thing you can do in order to earn people's respect is to say you're gonna do something and actually do it, even if it's not that complicated of a thing. If you say you're going to do it and you actually do it, people are going to respect you way more. If you say you're going to do something and you don't actually do it, then people are going to respect you less. So be very careful with what you are saying and be very careful of what you're doing after you say it. This is incredibly important because now what you're saying, she told you something, then she didn't do it, and now you're like, what the fuck, what is going on? And you don't respect her as much. But imagine if it was the other way around. If she said that and she was actually doing it, you would respect her way more, and you would be like, okay, she actually does what she's saying and she's like active, she's working out all the time. And when it's the opposite, it's like, what are you even talking about?
And I was really disappointed because the first few times when I was working out with my friend Miguel, I invited her to come with us, or let's say on my own. I don't remember. It was so long ago already. My point is, she was like, I don't know, maybe she came up with something, or she was busy or something. And I think I invited her like one more time, and I saw like, yeah, they're probably not gonna go anywhere. So I just stopped bothering myself about it. So I was like, yeah, I'll just leave her alone, whatever. I don't need her. So yeah, like it's just when you're saying stuff and you don't act on them, especially between a friend, he will be disappointed in you because you said such a thing and now you're not doing it. Come on, like also like being kind of fake. Like you're saying all this type of stuff about yourself, but you're not doing anything.
Yeah, like this is one thing to just get people's respect. And there's one more. Doing what you say you are going to do, okay, that gets people's respect. Another thing that's going to get people's respect is whenever they need you, whenever they call you, whenever they text you, you respond as quickly as possible. This will get people's respect because this shows that you actually care for them. Like when they text you about something that they need something or whatever, and when you actually do, like this is also another thing. Like when somebody asks for something, just do it. Even if it's gonna be kinda hard, even if you don't really have time, just do it because this thing that they're asking for is going to make them respect you more, and it's going to make them trust you more, and it's going to be probably more important than the thing that you would have spent the extra 15 minutes on. And so do these things that friends ask you for, and they're gonna respect you way more. And also when they call you, pick up the phone. When they ask you, hey, do you wanna go out here? And if you don't really have anything you're gonna do, like if you're going to spend your night watching a movie, then actually go out with them and have some fun with them if they're actually the good friends. If they're not just getting drunk all the time. If they're the good friends and they want to hang out, they want to go somewhere, because like you can be a productive person and on some Saturday you go out and you drink a little bit. Like that's completely possible. A lot of people do it. So if they call you, they want to go out, okay, go out with them. Don't be the guy that never goes out with them, because like this way, it's again like they're like, okay, yeah, we're kind of friends, but he's never going out with us, he's never hanging out with us. Like again, that's going to kind of lose their respect and it's going to kind of get you more distance from them. So if you have these good people, try to spend as much time as possible with them, because again, another thing about the people you're around, your network is your net worth. That's what people say.
Mm.
So if you actually connect with these people, you're going to get more benefit from connecting with them than from doing like whatever, some bullshit. Like you're going to get more value from connecting with those people than watching some videos about how to start dropshipping or whatever, or how to do the perfect bench press technique. Like you're going to get more value from hanging out with the people.
Yeah, because they're gonna teach you a lot of stuff in the world that kind of matters. I'm not gonna lie. It's just also come to this point where if you genuinely don't have anything to do in your free time when you've done everything during the day and you have a busy actual plan when you're really productive, yeah, sure, go ahead and play video games. Video games, number one thing in my opinion, that is very useless. I'm sorry, but video games do not teach you anything. Unless, for example, me and Ahmed, the way we met was in a video game, but we're in a team. And teamwork and team communication, everything about team chemistry, working with people together, speaking about your problems, being truly honest to each other, not being arrogant when people are giving you self criticism, constructive criticism as well. You're not taking as an insult, you're taking as constructive criticism to get better and work on yourself. All of this we learned in playing in teams in CS. The game is called Contract, and that's what you learn when you try to actually play it seriously, trying to kind of go pro. That's the ideal idea we had with them. And when you actually give it a try and you go for it and you spend so much time, I have over 8,000 hours, Ahmed. You have like above 5 to 6,
4,000.
7.
4,000.
Oh, well, around there. Still, good amount, by the way. For how long have you been playing? Well,
Seriously, since 2021 September, and at that time I think I had 900, and then for 3 years 3,000 hours, something like this.
I started like January 2019. I remember my best friend childhood. He's like, man, I used to play Minecraft. Okay, hey, Minecraft is sometimes relaxing. Okay, you build stuff, it looks beautiful with shaders, and you chill
Everyone
off.
did. Everyone played when they were
Yeah,
kids.
yeah. So I used to play Minecraft. Like, it was 2019. I was like, what, 11, 11 years old, 12, 11, I think, or 12. So, and he was like, man, this is cringe now. Like, it's not cool anymore. Play Counter Strike. I was like, CS:GO. What is this? I downloaded. I got hooked, man. 2019. By the end of the year, I already had 800 hours. No, before September when I moved to Spain. I didn't have any laptop. 2020, late 2020, I got a new laptop, I think, to study because COVID was there. COVID came and I had to study at home, so I got a laptop and I started playing, man. So 2019, I took like a half year break, and when COVID went, like when there was COVID, and I didn't have any laptop, so unlucky. And even when I was back in Abu Dhabi living there, like I knew about Team Liquid, and Stewie back then was still there. The Liquid era, man, the Liquid era, for people who don't know, who don't know what I'm talking about, the 2019 Liquid era, man, amazing. So I knew about like all of this pro scene and trying to go pro, and that was my idea since then. Like that was my goal, dream, and I was trying so hard, like playing all the time. And the stuff you learn in a team environment is because there are 5 players, and there's a leader, and it teaches you the same way as if you work in a company. There's a boss. You obey him. You do what he tells you. You're not arrogant. You trust him because he's smarter than you. He's good at managing stuff. He sees sometimes which you don't see most of the times. There's a lot of stuff in this environment that you like in a video game, a team environment. It can be any game. But the team chemistry, the working in team, that's where me and Ahmed learned that. And that where itself also like kind of maturing in a way. because there you have no choice, but you have to learn to take self-criticism, because there's 5 people and you're one of them. 4 of them will tell you you're probably doing something wrong. You're not going to always get insulted and take it wrong and then leave and join a new team, right? That's stupid and impossible. So you'll have to learn to, at some point, if not in 6 months or in a year or in 2 years, at some point you will learn, or even in the first month of playing in a team, you'll learn. You have to understand, yes, you were doing something wrong, and you'll admit it. You're going to learn how to take self-criticism. And that's the best thing ever. When a person tells you you're doing something wrong, you learn and you act on it. You're not going to take it the wrong way. So I went away a little bit, but if you do have free time and you've done such a good day and it's been productive, and you do have a little bit of time, yes, go ahead and chill off playing a little bit of video games to cool off. But if you're playing video games nonstop every day, or if you're spending a good amount of time on video games instead of doing something, I think that's a big red flag, and that shows that you're just still a kid yet. I'm sorry, but before turning 17, at September when I was 16, after playing for so long, I just grew out of video games. I didn't find any video games interesting anymore. I just grew out of it. I was just like, yeah, meh, boring now. I instantly knew I wanted to do something with my life, like go work out. And I found God at that moment. Like, I became religious. I made a good step in a good way. I started working out. I got into a good physique. Mentally, physically, I got better. I made good friends on the way, and I started, just in general, my life became better. And because when you put yourself in that situation where you're acting yourself, your life gets better. You mature faster, because you realize a lot of people are wasting time doing so many stupid stuff nowadays. It's realization, everything, and as soon as you realize, as early as possible, the faster you mature. And I think that's really depends on the person whenever that comes to them. For me, it was personal, and it came to me early, as at the age of 16. To some people, it will come when they're 18 or late 17, and I don't blame them for that. Some people mature a little bit earlier. I'm lucky enough to mature earlier, and I'm lucky enough to be this way. And people who are not like this, and who you don't spend the time around with like this, they're not gonna benefit you. And that where comes fake friends. When fake friends don't benefit you, or you don't benefit them in a way, trying to help them, you're being a fake friend. You're lying to yourself. They're lying to themselves and lying to you at the same time. Be honest, please. Just be honest with yourself. Care about each other. That's how friendship comes. Nowadays, friendship is all about having fun. When you're like, oh, I feel so bad, I want to go party this weekend, a good friend will say, listen, man, that's not gonna help you. How about we go out and have a nice dinner at the beach? I'll pay. I invite you. Let's go. Let's spend some time together. And be like, yeah, you're right, man. Yeah, this is way better. Like, yeah, that's true, man. Appreciate it a lot. Nowadays, people don't want that. Nowadays, friendship is all about, oh man, I feel so bad. I'm gonna go party, man. And the other will be like, yeah, man, go ahead, bro. Spend some time with it. Like, go have fun, man. You deserve it. You've done so well. I see how many friendship has been ruined this way in front of my eyes, because I have distanced myself naturally from those people. Naturally, I didn't cut them off fully. Those fake friends, I distanced myself naturally because, well, different paths. I'm a productive guy. We don't really have in something in common, because, well, they don't work out. Um, they're not religious with God, for example, and that's a personal thing, yes. But I live in a Christian country most, and they all say they do believe in God in some way. But at the same time, they all do this sinful stuff, and they all go do partying in the weekend. They drink, they smoke, they all of this like sinful stuff, and dating almost all the time. And like, this is not a faithful life, in my opinion. And if you do believe God truly, and you are religious, and you say so, act so, be so. Don't bullshit. So this is what I don't like as well. This is what fake, also fake religious people are like, and fake friends. So yeah, as soon as you're not being honest with a person, and yes, as I said, most nowadays friendships are like this. having fun, and you want a person to agree with you most of the time. So you don't want him to tell you the truth. You want him to say something you want him to say. This is, you're not actually genuinely want him to say his opinion, and you're not actually interested in his opinion. This is this is not a real friendship. A real friendship is when you actually want to speak the person, you want to keep him around you, you're actually interested in knowing the person. And friendship is something comes along with it. People are seeking the idea of friendship, of you being friends with him, not you talking to him and you wanting the person as a friend. People are seeking for the idea of friendship. I have friends that don't speak in a long time, but when we do, the quality of time we spend with each other is amazing, and that's what a real friend is. You don't have to be on call and talk to each other all the time. You don't need this. Is the type of time, the quality you spend between each other. That's what a real friendship is about. If you really care about each other, I might not speak to my friend in months. I called him up a few days ago, and we spoke about like 1 hour, half an hour, and it's been amazing. It's been like, oh man, we just spoke like yesterday. Because we're real friends, we do care about each other. Yes, we have different paths, but when we do to talk to each other, because we're real friends, we do care about each other. I catch up with them. I catch up with them because I know he's there. I remember about them. I never forgot about them. It's just I'm busy. I'm busy with my life, and that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like, and this is so something when you have friends, when you talk to them, uh, what you said, like you want them to say something like I I forgot exactly what you said, but basically,
When you're in a friendship, like you want them to say the like you want them to give opinion on something the way like you're thinking already.
yeah,
You
you
want them to
want,
agree with you rather than give their own opinion.
yeah, you're hoping they say what you want them to say, and
Mm-hmm.
like if it's otherwise, then you get angry and talking. But the
Yeah,
point
yeah.
is also with the friends, like it's impossible to agree on everything. So again, something that you should do with friends is when you have a disagreement on something, like talk about it and like actually see what is going on there, and maybe even have a debate with them in a good way, like not to argue or some bullshit
Discuss.
to create drama. Yeah, just discuss something, just even like you know kind of like a debate, like you give your arguments, like this is why I believe this, what do you believe, and you don't interrupt each other, you actually listen to each other and you try
Friendly
to,
debate.
yeah, you try to actually understand what the other person is saying and what their point of view is, and then maybe you can change your point of view, or maybe they can change their point of view, or like if you think your thing is like the truth and he thinks his thing is the truth, then you're not going to change each other's opinions, but at least you know what you think with the other person. Like this is something that happened with me again from CS, because in one team it wasn't like we were just teammates and we played a game together. We were actually like talking outside of the game, and I had a guy that we disagreed on pretty much everything that you can think about. We disagreed on everything, and I wasn't going to really change my opinion. But again, when we talked about it, I still like understood. Okay, maybe there's another point of view about this. There's another way people think about this. It's not only this way. Other people think of it in a different way. I think of it in this way, but maybe I should look at it a little bit from more an unbiased perspective, and then he from his side probably understood like, okay, there are other ways to look at this, there are other points of view, there are other ways to look at life, and this is what expands your perspective on life, and this is what also gives you insight into how other people might think, because if you don't have these debates and these like discussing topics with different people, you're going to have only your side and you're not going to know how other people think about things. And when you know how other people think as well, that's like a big benefit, because you know like what you should say sometimes, what you shouldn't say sometimes, what can uh, annoy people, what can like it gives you some information about basically what I learned is the first time I interact with somebody, I'm not going to tell them like the absolute thing I believe. If I want to talk about something with them, I'm going to just go into it a little bit and see how they think about it. And I'm not going to fully go with my perspective, because my perspective on some things is like kind of extreme to some people, and there are people who are on the complete opposite end of it. So now you have to be careful sometimes with how you talk to people, and when you hear these discussions, you know how other people think about stuff, and it's really like um, it expands the way you view life in a way. I would say when you see like how other people view certain problems and things like this, because there
The
are
way they
always
approach it and the way they react to it and the way they handle it.
there's always different solutions to the same problem, and there's always different opinions on the same thing. And when you know more points of view, it's better for you.
Yeah, because the more you know, the better. Get the good, leave the bad. You know.
Yeah, get the good, leave the
So
bad as well.
exactly. So what's the time already on the on the timer?
Let me
We've been
see.
yapping so much, man.
57 minutes and like 3 minutes maybe need to be cut out.
Yeah. Um. The conclusion is basically, as a fake friend, everyone been at this point when they are spending time with someone and they don't really want to. You don't really feel this connection with them. Like you just rather not, you know. And it's important for you to be honest with them. Don't lie to yourself and don't lie to them. Be honest with yourself, you know. So if you don't really want to spend time with them and you be like, if I would lose them, would I be like, oh man, I lost a really good friend? If you won't feel this way, what's the point? So be honest with them. And don't be arrogant. Admit what you have done wrong, please.
Yeah, that's as well. Like if you did something wrong, like come out and apologize about it, or like say, okay, this is what I did there. I shouldn't have done it that way. Next time I'm going to do something different. Next time I'm gonna be better. Things like this. Like when I fuck up, actually say, okay, this is my bad.
This is how friendships are formed. Because no friendship is perfect. You work on it. Me and my best friend, the reason, like the way we have our friendship is because we had up and downs, but we talked it out. We when we had issues, we talked about it. It might have take some time, like we're not open like the first maybe 1 month about like an issue, right? Something was bothering me, and at the end, I would speak out about it, and I would be like, yeah, man, I should have done this way earlier. Because that's what fixes relationships and friendship. Communication is number one thing. Communication. When you have an issue, speak about it. Speak about it to each other. Speak about it, please. I'm begging you. And it's the best way. Once you understand each other, you're gonna agree on stuff. If not disagree. If you do disagree, why do you disagree? Give each other points of view. If you don't disagree and you agree, perfect. Issue aside, live on, continue friendship. Continue being friends. Don't seek for friendship. Seek for the friend. Why do you want to be friends with them? You enjoy spending time with them. You have a lot in common. You like them as a person and their personality. A lot of stuff. A lot of reasons. And like, just be honest with them. Everything, just be honest. Once you hide something, that is not a friendship. Once you hide and you're not expressing your feelings about each other, like as friends, that is going the wrong path, and you're gonna have arguments if you don't want to speak out the truth, and you're not gonna reach out and say what you have done wrong and apologize for it. And if you won't do the same, this friendship is just not this. So yeah, this is my view on it. You have anything else to say, Ahmed?
I don't think so. I think I said
I
everything.
think we've said everything.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we can close it up then. Guys, thank you for watching. Okay, it's been a long time. I apologize. Probably an issue on my end more that we haven't been recording. But we're back. We're back. We're here. The episode is gonna be up. Episode 12. So yeah, we're gonna continue. We're gonna have a better, like, more formed schedule already from now on. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this episode. Ahmed.
I mean, yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this episode. We talked about a lot of good things. If you need to go back and watch something again, like go back, understand topics more. Remember to be honest with people, remember to tell them the truth, remember to not lie, and to remember, in order to, like, imagine what friends you want to have, and then be that person that you want to be your friend, because, you need to be the same people in order to connect with each other better. As I already said, you're going to connect with people that are like you, and they want to connect with people that are like them. So, be that person. And yeah, basically, if you like this episode, make sure to leave a like and, make sure to subscribe to our channel to not miss out on any upcoming content.
Yeah, so if you have a fake friend, send this podcast to him.
Yeah, and maybe he can fix himself. Thank you for watching.
Have a nice one.